Oh hey, welcome back to another video. This video is going to be very long. I'm assuming it might be very long because there's a lot of things that, maybe not a lot of things, but at least some things that I want to address and as well as to sort of announce in this video, which I think many people are seeing it coming. It's pretty much expected, very much predictable, according to the video title that you see on this video. And I'm going to be, explaining my points. I'm going to be possibly addressing some issues, but hopefully you can listen out here. I know a lot of people, just listen in the first 10 seconds of the video and they don't really care about what else is there in the video, but still, hopefully someone will be here to hear me out on this. And yeah, hopefully this video is not too dry. I'm sure we all know about the whole situation that happened back in 2017. Um, if you don't really know what happened, I'm going to bring it up again. Back in 2017, I was, also I was feeling a bit of an emotion where I just didn't want to do YouTube because I want to focus more on what I needed to do, which is my studies. And yeah, about 2 years ago, I made this video where I said I was gonna quit YouTube for a while. No, in fact, not a while, but for 2.5 years. Again, I wanted to quit YouTube for 2.5 years because it was um, somehow tiring to keep up with a lot of things. And I think I also mentioned how it's also not gonna benefit me if I continue doing YouTube for the next for this um, long run. And when I made that video, it wasn't. I think we can all come to a conclusion that that video was not very much me mentally prepared for what's going to happen. And after that video went up, I sort of immediately regretted, and through the months, I just went a bit crazy, a little bit. Uh, I wouldn't say depressed, but maybe slightly, and I went a little bit out of my mind because I had this feeling of I'm missing something, which is YouTube. And YouTube is a really you know something that I want to continue doing. And this something that's missing is my YouTube career here on the line. So, which is why I came back in November of 2017 or October. I'm not very sure. I officially came back in November. But there was this time as well. I don't mean to change topic, but I actually transferred videos. If you remember, I used to have a gaming channel, but I decided to put everything on this one channel now. So I transferred the videos over to this channel, and I officially came back on November 2017. In November 2017, with a video titled "I'm Back." And I think in that video, I also mentioned, okay, yes, I mentioned that I want to be back on YouTube to um, upload more content, okay, upload more enjoyable content for you guys, and um, try to be more honest, try to be more opening up as well. And most importantly, hopefully, um, since I'm back, hopefully making videos would somehow motivate me to do better in my studies, which is what I said in that video. But as it turns out, through the year 2018, through from then till now, that November 2017 till now, June 2019, um, things are not really looking very optimistic. Um, you can tell my content, okay, it was kind of at the high nine for a while in like 2018. I would say yes, 2018. At least 2018, I had quite a great time, But I had some ideas for content, but at the same time, like it's just kind of returning to the state of oh, pretty burned out, and which is now where I want to link to my what I want to talk about as a first pointer of this video. Okay, I'm gonna get to what I want to say later on, but I want to point out my points first. So first of all, okay, as you can tell, or maybe you can't tell, I think anyone who has been in the same class as me in the yeah, same class as me, or know me somewhat well, would kind of know that I am kind of struggling academically, uh, and it's not very good, to be honest. Yeah, it's definitely not very good. Um, I didn't know what I've been doing for the past half year. Okay, I think that's why this is something quite, I'm basically struggling, okay, because I just don't know what I've been doing for the past half of the year, and I feel very much burned out from my studies, and I think because of this YouTube thing that I'm doing, it's also causing my studies to kind of go very much downhill. And I think because I place this as a priority, um, rather than the studies, I think that's where I've gone wrong in this aspect. Where I think, yeah, I definitely something went wrong. Okay, not something, but I think YouTube as a thing, has really, um, despite saying that it motivates me to do better in my studies, it clearly isn't. And I think, I place, like I said, I think I place YouTube as a priority over studies, and I think it's kind of causing a bit of a detrimental effect. It's not very good for me, and I think a lot of people as well are also maybe you don't really feel this way, maybe you do, maybe you don't, but I think many people are sort of having the same sentiments that I should stop doing YouTube at least for a while, um, and come back feeling more energized, more refreshed, rather than struggling and torturing yourself to do this sort of thing, to do this career as a whole, uh, while at the same time juggling with your studies. Because I think that's something that I'm doing wrong here. Now, another point that I want to point out as well, despite also struggling academically, I think the more important point here is that um, my attitude, I think, towards the certain towards studies, I think, as a whole. I think because as like I said, I place YouTube as a priority over studies, and I think because I'm invested into doing YouTube videos, and I've been seeing a lot of great entertainment and inspired to do more YouTube, and because of that, I think it has really affected my whole mentality and my whole uh, thing about studies. I think my whole viewpoint upon studies has sort of changed, and I think I'm kind of like you know um, forcing myself to make life way too easy for myself, which, obviously life cannot be too easy. There's gonna be some sort of ups and downs in life, and you can't make it too easy. So I think this is one thing that is also wrong about this thing, about what I'm doing, about you with YouTube, is that I'm way too invested into this sort of aspect about doing YouTube. And I think as well, content wise as well, I think people have realized how the the style, this concept, the content, even the way the video is displayed. It doesn't really display a very good side. Doesn't really display a very entertaining side of me. It doesn't really portray a very funny, haha sort of thing. You know, I read some comments on my past videos that I've been doing recently. I done the monthly highlights. I done the um, nonsensical moments, thinking, you know, I would bring back nostalgia. Great, good old nostalgia. Um, but obviously, I still got dislikes on the video. People didn't really like the video. Um, Again, I'm not sure whether the whole. Again, I really should not be too affected by this because it's just dislikes, but still, I think generally, at least one or two people out there, or at least a few, would share the same sentiments as me that my content is just dying, and it's sort of becoming a little bit cringy at this point. And maybe I guess I'm a a wannabe, I guess. As what I seen in the comments. But again, I shouldn't really be taking these comments too seriously. It's somehow constructive feedback. I get it. Okay, constructive criticism, constructive feedback. I guess the same thing. Okay, um, I will try to work on it. I will try to improve as much as I can when I come back on YouTube. Um, uh, Eventually. So yeah. So I think in conclusion with that point, I think because I'm invested into YouTube, and I focus a lot on trying to produce content on this channel. I even promised that I would bring great content as well. I think in a video last month, like in May, like after I came back from my exams, I was like, okay, I'm gonna produce the greatest content. Like it it's not happened. When you're not really mentally prepared, about what's about to be happening. I think that's where it really goes wrong. And you have to prepare yourself. You need to know what you're doing. All right, enough talking. I think I want to announce what I really want to announce, which is how long am I going to be leaving YouTube? How long is this going to be? How long is this video going to be? I think is what people are thinking. But I think it's time to announce. Yeah. Either way, I'm gonna be leaving YouTube for at least 4 months. Okay. I need to try to get back on track on my studies, as well as try to be try to do better in my studies. All right. I definitely regret saying that YouTube will motivate me to do better in my studies. I until this day have somehow regretted saying that. And I think a lot of people have also realized that that's the case. And I think, yeah, I think hopefully me leaving YouTube for 4 months, it'll be pretty peaceful. I think it will be a pretty peaceful time. No one will really be disturbed by Chin Gamer videos, cringy Chin Gamer videos. And I think me leaving the platform for a while should bring some advantage, because uh, hopefully this can help me out to better myself, and hopefully be able to get back on track in terms of my studies, because things are not looking very well, especially for one subject I'm struggling with, which is art. Um, I think I've hinted about art before, and I think uh, you know, if people there's certain people that know what I'm talking about when it comes to art. So yeah, either way, this is a very long video, but I think hopefully I've made my points clear. Hopefully I've stated my points well. It's a very long video, but I think I won't. This is all that I can sum it at this point. So yeah, I'll leave YouTube for 4 months, and hopefully I can better myself. I can get back on track for my studies within these 4 months. I will not access social media at all as well during these 4 months. I will not bring my phone to school at all. I think it's finally time, because it's really causing a very great disadvantage for me. Either way, thank you for watching. Hopefully, made my points clear. I will see you guys back in November. And yeah, goodbye.